Hey, welcome everyone. This is Drippy, your source of options drip on a daily basis. On this channel, we talk about some of the most exciting setups on the stock market for options based on the flow analysis, technical analysis, pattern analysis, and current macroeconomic events. So, without further ado, let me first tell you that I'm going to talk about four setups today, four bullish setups, and also I may be in some of these positions from before. So just an FYI, I'm not a financial advisor. You should be responsible for managing your risk and taking profits as you see fit. I always give you the key levels to scale out, and you should always respect and take profit. Every week we have setups, right? So it you don't have to get 1,000% returns for one setup. Yeah, um, keep those 1,000% for lottos and for swing trades. Hope for 100 to 100% return. Keep rolling it up, and every week we have swing trades, right? So, and today I'm actually really excited because these look like great setups to me right now, and I've pretty much scanned whole market, and I think these four are the ones which kind of satisfy all more criterias. So let's talk about them. First one I'm gonna talk about is MRNA. A lot of us know this name, Moderna. Now, some of you may not be aware, but the COVID cases are surging in China, Japan, South Korea. There's been news recently. Fauci came, I think, yesterday, and he said something about fourth dose, and mRNA is looking for approval for FDA approval. There's some news here as well that Japan ordered millions of doses of mRNA. Um, and what else is there? Yeah, so update, mRNA seeks FDA's nod for second COVID booster shot. And, just observing the price action last couple days, I've been kind of noticing that mRNA is not selling off like it used to. um every day, whenever it popped, it would automatically, after a couple of days, you'll see that there was sell off here. You can see here, every time it popped, sell off, pop, sell off. But now, I mean, it's looking interesting because it's above the CMA. It closed above the CMA for a day. This you know this the smaller EMA, sorry, the lagging EMA, which I believe is the 3450, right? So the 3450 EMA, it's above that. It's above 921. It's above all these leading EMAs. It's above this lagging EMA after a long time. The last time it was above this when this was blue, right? you know so it has been rejected and it closed above it. That's the first sign, right? You see, notice here the volume is kind of surging, uh and last time that happened here around this area, and Moderna gapped up on some news. So I mean, it's, of course, mRNA is a risky name, high beta name, so you should not put a lot of size on it. But I love trading mRNA, and I also, you can trade it intraday, and if you have profits, you can roll those profit to the swing trades. For me, the key level was actually this level right here, 175 to 178, which it broke actually the other day. This right here, this resistance area, the first resistance broke above and closed above it. So if it retests this area now, you know I would probably try to add some there. I am already swinging 200s, but so this 175 area is the support area, right? And if you look at the SATI ATR levels, which I've been talking about recently, right? And you change this to swing mode here from intraday and use this swing mode. So now you can see on the swing mode, it's right above this level here, 170. That was the swing mode setup. And the first target which this ATR level gives is 196, and the second one kind of matches my 225 target. And for mRNA, it's not hard to go to ATR from here for swing mode. So that's the reason. And also looking at the higher time frames here for mRNA, you know, you can see here has been a wedge formation here, and this is kind of like the channel it is in, and it retests this channel a couple of times. So maybe it will retest this channel, maybe, so um maybe it will retest this in 18-20 days here. So that would kind of create this pattern here. And that's why I have 3 to 4 weeks target is 225 for me, which is not much for mRNA. It can do that in a day if there's some news. I believe there might be some news pending here given this price action lately. So we'll observe this Monday. Unfortunately, with mRNA you might have to jump in. It moves fast, and we'll see how it goes. I think I will trade it intraday and then open swing positions on from the profit. That's my trade plan for mRNA. And I've given these key resistance areas here: 185 and 197.5, 200, 215. So the way to treat these key resistance areas is that if mRNA is struggling to break those, you need to get out of the swing position because there might be pullbacks. I think one of the key things which people miss is that in swing trading, there'll be periods of consolidation, there'll be periods of pullbacks. And if you're not trading shares with options, it's hard because these will come back to maybe because of IV crush, or maybe because of pullbacks. These premiums move a lot, so you need to be able to take profit at these key levels and then keep rolling up. So that's one way. Otherwise, another way is to just be happy with 100%, take it, move on to the next trade. So you just, it depends on your goal. Do you want to actively manage it, or you want to just be hands off, and your profit target will be according to that. So yeah, mRNA number one pick for me upcoming week. And then when I say number one, doesn't mean that's my first priority. I mean, like, all four of these setups are really good. I've sorted through hundreds of them. So next one I want to talk about is CF. Now, CF, if you guys are not aware, is process industries, chemicals, agriculture. I mean, look at this name first from the weekly perspective. It's insane run. So it's super bullish. I mean, we know that there's fertilizer shortage because of the Russia war. And, there has been news on CF lately that is increasing the fertilizer shipment to both US from world's largest nitrogen complex in Louisiana to basically help offset a decline in exports from Russia. So this is in the news, right? And also global fertilizer supplies have tightened up, and prices are skyrocketing. And they are actually, plant is running less efficiently, but they will still have it online, they said, because the demand is so high. So that's why these stocks are rising as well. um, and if you guys like MOS NTR, this is another alternative. I think this is a US name, so I prefer that. um, and also chart looks really good here. I mean, for consolidation, this was a long basing area, broke out of that, create, and now it's creating this bull channel, ready to break out of this. And if anything about flags and channels, this is the pole, right? The height of the pole is 23 points from here, right? So that's usually the target for the next leg up, right? So 23 points up from here would roughly bring us to around 118, 120 target. Now, I mean, like, now it doesn't mean that it's gonna do that straight up. The path could be dependent on the news. A lot of things matter here. So it could be something like, it retests, it kind of goes here to 110, and then retest this area here, the previous high 102, and then continues up to 120. Like, it could be like that. We don't know how it will move. All we know is that we are trying to swing trade it, and we will roll profits as we see fit. But for me, My current trade plan is that I'll get the 100 call for April 1st, above 96.6, and then my target is 100 to 105 in 2 weeks. And key resistance areas are 98.5, 100.6. This bull flag looks solid, about to break out in my opinion. And all these other fertilizers actually look really good too. I mean, MOS looking like it's about to break out to create new high. NTR is another one which looks very similar, bull flag here. um, so you can trade either one of them. I like the CF more. And it doesn't matter whatever you think is the best. I'm just giving you ideas based on the macro events, right? So that's the another one. Now the third one I want to talk about is Starbulk. Excuse me. So if those of you are who are not aware of this name, Starbuck, I covered this earlier as well. SBLK is a marine shipping name. Now let's look at the chart first. It's been in this consolidation zone for almost months. I mean, like this how many months has been, right? It's been it's been 12 months, almost a year of consolidation, right? And it broke out of this. So on the weekly, it's on a squeeze here, right? You can see that. And the squeeze is fired. And this is the optimal entry, in my opinion, right? Because it retested this consolidation zone. It broke out, kind of chopped around, retested, and now the bull flag looks like it's about to break out. And this is not just based on whim, right? I'm looking at the leader of the sector is MATX, right? MATX is another marine shipping name, right? Transportation. Look at this name, Beast Move. Now, this is extended for me. I personally don't like chasing stocks, so I would go. I mean, you can trade this if you want, but I like SBLK more just because I think it has more room to go, and also it hasn't really broken out yet compared to MATX. And I mean, you can look at the whole sector; it looks bullish. So, in my opinion, let it brew it for maybe 2 or 3 more days and then next leg up on it. So I'm not going to go too far out of money on this name because you see these pullbacks are kind of sharp on this. So what my plan is that I will add small size here, 31 call, and then once it kind of gives me confirmation, like it breaks 31 or around 30.5, I'll add more. So as things progress day by day, I'll think about it. Once it's above this 31, it can go to 35 fast, because there's not much volume here, previous based on the previous price points. So below 28, I'll rethink about the trade, but it's also on the squeeze on the daily now, apart from the weekly fired. So maybe 2 more days and then it's gone. So um, looks really good setup. As I said, the sector is bullish. The whole transportation sector right now and shipping is bullish because of the war, supply chain issues in general, because of COVID. They haven't really repaired yet, and we are seeing this surge in COVID again. So um, yeah, that's pretty much it for this name. And next one I want to talk about is Marvel, MRVL. Now this one is kind of dependent on SMH, so you need to kind of know that how is SMH doing, right, compared to the broader market. And SMH is the semiconductor ETF. So another way, like a lot of people are talking about Nvidia, right? I mean, Nvidia of course is the beast. Nvidia is a beast. Nvidia can move a lot. I like Nvidia trading as well. I like Nvidia more for intraday trades, but for Marvel I like the setup more for swing trade. And if you look at the SATI ATR levels for swing, it's like kind of right above it. That's why I like the setup. It's lagging a little bit compared to Nvidia, so there's more room to go for this name. If they take off, there's a squeeze. So squeeze can fire to the upside. It already kind of moved a lot in last 3 days. It has moved 17%. So maybe consolidation would be nice here to get like IV stabilizes a little bit more. And my long term target in 4 or 5 weeks for this is $80 to $85, $82. And I'm looking at April 29th, $80 call. which is, still, yeah, reasonable, I think, price target. And you can see these key resistance areas I've shared in the chart. And yeah, I mean, it depends on the overall market, but I mean, look at this consolidation here. The price never, closed below this $60 marks, which is a great sign. And I would like to kind of see it pull back to this area, 68, and that would be my loading zone for this one. But if it continues up with the market, the first resistance area, so maybe you can trade weekly, or 1 week out contracts, for 75 call, and once it pulls back here and retests this area, then you can load the swing positions. So you just have to decide based on your preference what you want to do, right? So tight stop would be around $70, which is like $1 down, and a wider stop would be around $68. So for a swing position, if you enter tomorrow, right? But let's monitor these names. Apart from that, I'm already in couple swing positions. For example, I'm already in Apple, so I'm not gonna talk about that because I'm already in these positions and almost everyone is talking about them. I just wanted to give you another perspective on some other names, which look really good. And it's just not tech names. I'm talking about different names and different sectors to kind of cover all the bases. And you know uh a couple other things to keep in mind is that, yeah, like, it does seem like it's a little bit extended, so maybe a pullback would be nice here, um on these names. But I mean, Tesla also looks really good. Maybe Tesla, it's kind of near this resistance area around 940. So I'm swinging them, hopefully I'm swinging 950s, so hopefully I get them, and then maybe it will pull back a little bit. And then if it's above 950, we're talking about $1,000 here. And Tesla also looks very similar to Marvel, right? If you look at the SETI ATR levels, which it's kind of right below this area. 911 is the target, 912, right, for swing. And if it crosses above that, the first target itself, according to this, is 975. But we also have to think about not just ATRs but supply demand zones, and we have a big supply area right here for Tesla. This 940 to 950 area, which is also psychological level. This is also a 0.23 fib level if you know take it from the swing high to swing low. So a lot happening around this. So I'm swinging 950s, hoping that, I mean, I'm only from profit, of course, from my previous trades and small size, but it's of course extended. But yeah, my target is like at least 925 to 950 for Tesla, those who are swinging with me. And then I'll kind of scale out my position as we approach this, because I don't want to hold through the supply. If it go across that, great. Otherwise, we buy puts. Simple as that. Anyway, watching Tesla. And that is it, folks. Have a good weekend ahead. These swing trades, in my opinion, you don't need to monitor them every day. Just buy time and forget about it. I think that's the key. And I'll catch up with you all later today on the Twitter. Bye.